Hey guys, I was gonna go into some a little bit harder stuff today, but what I think I'm gonna do first is go over some stuff that'll make the harder stuff easier and explain some things that you might have questions about. So, very quickly, we're still under circuits. I am going to title this. Oh, let's see. I'm going to title it General. And there's some topics I want to go over. Voltage drop. Series. Parallel. Excuse any spelling errors. Just that's about it. Voltage drop, series, parallel, and just some basic things about a circuit that you should know. So keeping this in mind, let's talk about what a series circuit is. So series. Okay, so alright, so I just set a setting on there that highlights the cursor. I hope that is working okay and it's not like too big, like something like that or something. But anyhow, series circuit, that's when you have circuit elements next to each other or in the same circuit, in the same line of the circuit. And to explain that a little further by example, you have some circuit element here, some circuit element here, and some circuit element here, and those are all in series. And they're in series because these potentials are unique between them. All these potentials here are different. And I know I'm saying potentials and you're probably like, what's a potential, you know? And a potential is just a voltage, basically. But you have some voltage over here and some voltage over here. And you have a massive potential difference between these. And each time you hit a circuit element, you gain or lose voltage. Mainly lose voltage if it's passive, which means that it's using power, it's a resistor or something. So like you drop some voltage across here, and this point you're at voltage X, and then you drop some voltage across this one, and this one you're at voltage Y. And I think that it doesn't make sense now, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Those potentials are unique. They're not the same for every individual one. So I'm going to leave that up, and I'm just going to write parallel underneath it, and I'm just going to scroll down a bit and write parallel there. I hope it's not spelt wrong. In a parallel, you have your plus and your minus, but a parallel circuit runs these off the same potential. You'll know what I mean when I highlight it in a minute. This is all one potential. The wires are all touching each other, and this is all one potential. And since those are all one potential, that means the potential difference between them is the same for each element. So the voltage from here to here, from A to B, is the exact same as the voltage from C to D. Okay? That's different up here, up in this area up here. The voltage from A to B is not necessarily the same as the voltage from A to D, or the voltage from D to C over here. They're not necessarily the same. So that's the main difference. Now that's talking about potentials. If you're talking about current, current is the opposite of potential energy or voltage. I don't know if I can erase highlights or not. Oh, I can. So it's the opposite of a potential, and I'm going to denote that in a blue. If you have some current through this thing, it is the same all the way through, because current adds together, it's conserved. If I have X current coming in and I have Y current coming out, that means the current through this branch has to be X minus Y. So you can't ever add or lose current on the way, and all this current is the exact same. Now over here you have a current coming in, but now it has to break off. Some of it breaks off this way, some of it breaks off down. Again, some of it breaks off this way, some of it breaks off down. They converge and they add up to be the exact same currents in the end. And the current right here tested is the same as the current right here, but not the same throughout different parts of the circuit. This current is different from this current, and that's basically the difference between the parallel and the series. There's also equivalent resistance adding. I don't really know why I'm deleting any of that. There's equivalent resistance. We'll talk about that too. And equivalent resistance, I'll probably give it all its own tutorial. But basically you have some circuit, and you have some resistors inside the circuit. This is really crappy, I understand, it's a poor notation, and equivalent resistance is taking this whole circuit and adding the resistances, these ones here, adding these resistances together to make a single circuit with one resistor, and they can always be added together. So equivalent resistance, different ways to find it depending on if they're in parallel or series. I'll go over that in another tutorial. You don't really need to know it right now. A voltage drop, I went over it, but I didn't directly explain it. It's when you go from a voltage here and you get a lower voltage on the other side, ignoring my original plus and minuses of the whole circuit. And so I went over some basic things. That's about as far as I'm going to go in this tutorial. I don't want to bore everyone with just simple, trivial things. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to have to thumb through my book. Also, I don't have any up yet, but check out my other tutorials. I'll have some on differential equations. Maybe I'll have some on digital circuits. I don't know if I want to do all that. I don't think I'm going to do the physics and stuff because that was a couple semesters ago and I just don't feel like redoing it right now. But yeah, differential equations and circuits is definitely coming up. And maybe some practice labs I'll set up or something for everyone to see. I'll videotape them so you can see the theory and practice. I'm not sure. But anyhow, if you like my vids and you think that vids, who the heck says vids? If you like my videos and you think that you're learning from them and it's helping, I know it's helping me, or at least I know it's going to, just subscribe and keep watching. I'll put things on if you ever have a request. I can't guarantee that I'll know it, but I'll definitely bullshit something on a page for you. So just give me a request and I'll get a tutorial on there or whatever. So I'll see you later.